I'm Carolyn and I garden here in Georgia in zone 7B, but it's been updated, as you guys know. Our USDA zones have been changed and now we're 8A, but I still kind of consider it 7B, and I'll protect anything that is marginal in our area for the winter. Although I'm a low maintenance gardener, so sometimes I just take risks and see what happens. I wanted to start today just by showing you where we started. And please ignore the dogs, of course. That had to happen. You'll meet them in just a minute. We moved here in the end of August 2022. So we've been here about a year, a couple months. It's January, so when we moved here, there was nothing. There was 2 patches of grass. I'll show you in just a minute. And the backyard and the side yard was nothing but pine straw and dirt and weeds. So we have a lot of work to do on this house, but we're happy to do it. And I'm very thankful that we were able to even get here. So let me show you. I'll do a more in-depth tour of kind of the projects that I have in mind, dream projects that might take years to do, but projects nonetheless that I would love to see happen at this house. So I'm gonna just flip. This grass was here when we came here, and that patch of grass was here when we came here, but nothing else. We moved from Gwinnett County. If you live in Georgia, you know what I mean. From a lovely 3,000 square foot house to this tiny, tiny, tiny little house. But what's special about this house is what's behind this house, and maybe I'll keep that a secret. As you can see, this drives me nuts. I put the window boxes there. My very talented father-in-law made those for me. Such an odd house. I've already busted up some of the concrete here, but who builds a house that has an entry to nothing? Who does that? Who does that? I don't know. The other odd thing about this, if you can see, look how narrow this front porch is. There's not enough room to even put a rocking chair. You can't sit down. It's only about, I'd say, like three feet wide. It makes no sense. It also is very confusing. Even the Amazon delivery guy, he doesn't know which set of stairs he's supposed to be going up. So it's always something that's really bothered me. And I got a little, I just get a little impatient, and I couldn't take it anymore. And I couldn't stand another spring, because of course the first spring we hadn't done anything to the yard yet, because we kind of moved here at the end of the fall, and then it was winter and we didn't do anything till spring. But this fall I just couldn't take it anymore. I had my 2 boys start breaking up the concrete. I eventually want to take this front porch off, and what I did was I started to plant. As you can see, I just started to plant hundreds of bulbs, at least in this little swoop. Now, like I said, I want this whole front porch gone, and my goal would be to have some landscaping with, as in the words of Linda Vodder, if you know who that is, a social patio up here. So while the kids are riding bikes or playing pickleball in the driveway, we can just kind of sit. I live in a very social neighborhood, so as neighbors walk by, we can visit. Yeah, here's the problem with this. Look what the lovely previous owners left us. Inches, 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 piles of not just one layer of rock, but many layers of rock, layers of landscape fabric, and then under that there's a lovely layer of plastic, which means never will break down. Neither will the landscape fabric. So if you're ever wondering, should I use landscape fabric, the answer is no. Do not do it. One, you'll get weeds anyways. The weeds love to just lay right on top of that landscape fabric and they will reroot. The landscape fabric means nothing to the weeds. Yes, you'll prevent the weeds coming in from underneath, but only for a short time because those break through too. So it is basically pointless. Yes, I am standing in the rain while doing this. It's okay. It's all good. So yeah, there's nothing really going on in the front other than me partially breaking up some concrete out of a moment of frustration and planting some bulbs. It's our side garden. Again, nothing was here. The grass was not here. It was just pine straw and dirt. So I have planted lots of bulbs. I have an eager one there coming up already. These 3 bushes were there. These 3 bushes were there. We have this grass that I planted. This is my newest addition, one of the few new additions, and it is a deodar cedar, and it's beautiful. The kids wanted a Christmas tree to put lights on because they were so sad that our first winter here we were not able, we didn't have anything. We didn't have one thing to put a Christmas light on. Here we have some calamintha, which did not do very great, but it was also the first year. Here's another calamintha that I found. I actually found that amongst the weeds in the backyard when we first moved in. So I rescued it when we went to landscape. These, nope, there's only one there. That is a Millennium Allium. This Japanese maple was there. It's not my favorite. I love Japanese maples. However, this one has been so neglected and I don't really know how to prune it to get it to look right. That's going to be a work in progress for me. I'm going to learn. So, I did have some agastache here and it all died back. I think there's one left. I had about 5 or 6. There's one left. And then I had lantana planted in my planters, my window boxes on the front porch there, and I replanted them at the end of the season. I like to save money, so I just stuck them in the ground. They look dead, but they'll come back. I absolutely hate this pampas grass. As you can see, I tried to hack it back last year and it is just so mammoth. I just ended up killing half of it, and I am going to, I don't know, rent a tractor and try to get it out. It's huge. I planted grasses and I planted Russian sage. We have high deer pressure here. High deer pressure. So sage, if you notice, alliums that I planted in this bed, calamintha, agastache, all in the mint and onion family. And of course, Russian sage is a sage, so smelly things that deer do not like. Another grass. Here's another addition. This is a Carolina. I am blanking on the name. Carolina. I don't know. I'll remember it tonight when I'm sleeping. Here is another Russian sage. Russian sage. We have a arborvitae here because I'm trying to block the view from the porch. I want this to feel like we are in the woods because, as you can see in the back, we are in the woods, but I just want to feel more enclosed. This is a rescue. This is a butterfly bush that I rescued from basically a swamp of weeds in the backyard. So I rescued it, planted it. It's okay, everybody. So I'm stopping right there. After going through all of the video footage, it was like 41 minutes long. It was really long. So I'm going to chop it up into 3 sections that are a little bit easier to manage rather than a 41-minute session. But that wraps up the front yard and the side yard. And then the next video I'll post will be the backyard and kind of down the driveway. But thank you for coming along with me, and I look forward to going on this adventure, like I said, with everyone. So see you in the next video.